Behind the Hands TV, your boy Mo City Menace, and we kicking it today with the pride of Athens, Greece.
Sure.
Andreas Katzourakis.
Almost perfect.
Almost, I was Come on, man, give me something. Tell me to do it one time.
What's the last name? Katzourakis.
Katzourakis.
Katzourakis. It's the last part.
Katzourakis.
Kiss. Perfect.
Katzourakis. There we go. I said it right. Man, you it's been about a year since the last time we talked.
Yep.
And in a year, a bunch of stuff has happened for you. You know, I saw you get an opportunity before you started with OTX, and then you've had quite a journey with OTX.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first time we talked was before
right
the book was
right before.
Yeah.
You know, you were like, yeah, it's this tournament, and you know, whatever. You know, but now we on the other side of that.
Yes,
so, tell me about that adventure. I mean, we watched you fight in Houston. I've seen you fight. What was it? Atlanta.
Houston to Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah. You know, and you won the OTX Junior Middleweight tournament.
Yep.
So you're the champion of the Junior Middleweight OTX tournament.
Yes.
That's amazing, bro.
Yes,
how was that to capture such a high? We've never even seen anything like this what OTX is doing. So, you know, I think it's great for boxing fans and,
I agree.
You know, even for fighters, you know, to where we putting guys in a position of where they're seen, you know, and everybody getting the opportunity to hear from guys like yourself.
Yeah.
And then even the reemergence of guys like Brandon Adams.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about your experience.
So first of all, I have been saying from the beginning that I feel like what OTX did with this tournament, that's how boxing should be. Because it was so tough for me in the beginning, you know, fighting in club shows and everything else to get the right fights and the fights that I wanted to get, because the budget wasn't there and everything wasn't there. Sometimes the fighter would say no, sometimes people wouldn't like the money, wouldn't like that it wasn't a TV or anything like that. But then Overtime comes and brings everything.
Wow.
They bring the money, they bring the TV, they bring the exposure, they bring the social media, they bring everything. And with that, they bring you the WBC, like they did the WBC collaboration.
So the WBC works in collaboration with OTX?
Yes.
Okay, and like what capacity? What do they do?
So what I had in mind was that the winner of the tournament would be ranked very, very highly in WBC.
Mm-hmm.
Very highly, like higher than top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be almost mandatory for the world title. Like you would get like the silver belt at the end or something like that, and then almost mandatory for the world title. That didn't happen exactly like that. Still, of course, we got ranked in the WBC, but not as high.
When you say not as high, where?
They're ranked at number 15.
Okay, that's still really good.
It's good, but it didn't make sense in my mind because Adams was higher ranked. I think Adams was top 10 when I fought him.
So when you actually fought Brandon Adams, he was ranked within the top 10?
I think he was within the top 10.
Okay.
Right now, I beat Adams. Adams is 14 and I'm 15. Don't ask me how. Anyway.
I'm going to ask Mauricio.
Yeah. Maybe. The good thing though was that they threw also the WBA belt on the line, the North America.
So it's the North American WBA and an OTX. I saw a WBC belt. I mean,
it was a nice WBC OTX belt, and then it was an extra world title belt.
Okay.
Which I have at home, but I don't know why I got it. I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
So it's a WBC world title belt?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have one right.
It's the top 15 belt.
I don't know, man. That's a world title belt. But no, Fundora and Ortiz got that for now. Anyway, it was nice that WBA joined the board because once Adams fought with Veron for the WBA North America title and I won Adams, now I'm number 8 in the world.
Okay.
WBA, which is, it's prettier. Prettier. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be top 10 after that.
I think it's more legitimate.
Yes. Because I feel like with the opposition that I faced throughout the tournament, Kudratillo was number 1 in the IBF for 3 years. Adams knocked out Bohachuk, then took like the 2-3 years layoff and came back and beat Villarreal and Veron. Terry, great fighter, but I'm not going to put him in there because he wasn't highly ranked.
For sure.
But I feel like only with Kudratillo and Adams, like you prove your point. You already beat two legit contenders, and with one, I think Adams never lost at 154 before.
Oh, who, Brandon Adams?
That's what I think.
He lost before.
Not at 154.
Okay, not at 54.
Yes.
Okay, you're right.
So it was great. The whole experience was amazing. Of course, the tournament and everything else, I loved it. And now we're moving forward.
Talk to me about the fight before Brandon Adams.
The Robert Terry fight or which fight?
The one in Houston.
The one in Houston with the Uzbek.
That's how you say it. How you say his last name?
Kudratilov Dukakorov.
Yeah, see, I ain't even gonna try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that fight. I mean, I was there. You guys had a dog fight.
Yeah, it was a fun fight for sure. To be honest, I feel like I've said it a couple times before, for this fight, I've had more fun than I should. That's what I think. Meaning, when I got in there, I felt after the second round, which was the first time in my life that I've been caught. I got caught in the second round with the hook while I was throwing the uppercut. Buzzed me for a second, and then, again, I just went through the motions. But in general, other than this spot, it felt like an easy fight for me. I felt like I had complete control, even though he was very active, extremely active. I felt like I had complete control of the fight. I could take the fight where I wanted. I was winning him when I was boxing. I was winning him when I was getting up close. That's what I was feeling. But I had like this sense in my mind that because, let's say, I was evading some punches and I was slipping and dodging, or I was catching them, but I wasn't countering, I thought that, it's easy work, or you're doing great, and that's where it goes. I had too much fun. Like, I didn't push myself as hard as I could for this fight. I finished the 10 rounds, and I was fresh.
Yeah.
I wasn't even breathing hard. And the guy threw 900 punches.
He threw 900 punches?
He threw 900 punches.
God,
like, I think 940.
How many punches you throw?
I think at 560 or something like that, which are not enough for me because I'm more active. With the Ikbokwe fight on 8 rounds, I threw like 650.
Gotcha.
So anyway, though, it was, I really liked my performance. I really liked it because I think I showed the people a different Katz as well. It wasn't just pressure and action. I was also boxing a little bit. And it definitely gave me experience.
That was a really great fight, especially for Houston. What I've seen is that when you have a fight, we get an opportunity to see some good guys on the undercard as well.
Yeah.
And I love that. Okay, you're not from here, but we adopted you already. So we love Greece, and where you from? Shout out to them. But right now, you H-Town Andreas. You know what I'm saying? And I think the way you're being embraced by the culture of boxing is phenomenal. So you leave that fight, and you say you weren't that impressed with your performance?
No. I really like my performance.
You liked your performance.
I just think that only on terms of output, I could have given more.
Did you go back and watch the fight in order to come to that conclusion?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Do you always do that?
Yes.
You always go back and just take a look?
I watch my fights immediately, like the night of the fight.
Really?
I will rewatch it immediately. And then I will rewatch it a couple more times the next week.
So you like reviewing the film, you rewinding and going back and looking close?
That's the next 2 times. The first time is just
a run through.
Just relaxing and, watch the whole action.
Mm-hmm. So in that fight, does that prepare you for Brandon Adams?
Stylistically, not really.
At all, huh?
But in terms of experience and everything else, yes, because it was my first 10-rounder versus a very active guy. I feel like because I watched a lot of clips of Kudratillo before, of my opponent, and I think I had in front of me the best Kudratillo I could get. Like if you see clips of him before, like even with the Crowley fight, that's the only fight he lost, and some other fights, he was nothing like the guy that came with me. So I feel like going the distance, 10 rounds, feeling the way I did, and everything else definitely added to my confidence. I already know that the amount of work that I'm putting in every day and that I am able to withstand 10 rounds, but going the distance, will also give you some extra...
For sure.
Some extra confidence.
For sure. Did you know who Brandon Adams was before fighting?
Yes, I knew him since he fought Jermal.
So he fought a guy that you worked with.
Yeah.
When they fought, you were around, or
When they fought,
yeah.
no.
Okay, so
Personally.
so they fought before you got here.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you didn't by chance talk to him or anything about his experience. You don't have to do that.
No.
Okay. Oh well, I mean, you have Ronnie. You know. So was Ronnie already privy?
Ronnie knew the game plan from the beginning. But the funny thing is that it was a completely different game plan than what Jermal did.
For sure.
Like you will see Jermal's fight. Jermal won with a jab. That's what he won the entire fight with.
Yeah.
Through the entire preparation, I threw jabs like I don't throw no more than 100 jabs through the entire weeks of camp.
Really? Okay. So that just was not the game plan.
It wasn't the game plan.
The game plan was go there and fight.
Yeah. Toe to toe, 10 rounds.
Man, how do you make that kind of game plan? I mean, don't get me wrong. Respect to Ronnie and you, but how do you go, man? I'm just gonna beat him up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, Ronnie sees me working, and I feel like Ronnie has great confidence in me.
Absolutely.
In my ability and on my endurance and everything else.
Yes.
So we both knew, because the moment he said it, I immediately, I was in tune that Brandon would come in, would try to be with me to gain my respect the first 2-3 rounds, but after he had realized that he wasn't able to stay in there with me for the first 2-3 rounds, he would start boxing.
Yeah.
Overtime rings are small.
How big are they? What, 20?
I don't know feet-wise, but they're small rings.
They in a phone booth?
Yes. You're not going to be able to box me in that ring.
Yeah.
You need a bigger ring to be able to box me. So that was a game plan from the beginning, just break him down. Even though I was very surprised that he was active even at the later rounds. Like he wasn't. I expect after 4 or 5 rounds, I expect him to like
burn out.
Yes, start burning out. He didn't, because he's also a muscular guy, and
he is in good shape.
He was in great shape,
and he's an older fighter.
Yeah,
that would go. That would go in my mind. He older fighter. I wouldn't expect much like that from him, but I mean,
me too.
He was game, and he came to fight. You know, but I thought that fight was easier than the fight.
It was easier than Quadradillo.
Yeah, it looked easier. You know, you kind of came in there and handled business.
Yeah, he just gave us what we wanted. Went in there, got to the ropes, stayed there for the first 8 rounds, the entire 8 rounds. 9th and 10th, he tried to box a little bit, but that was it.
May the 9th.
Yep.
You were set to return to the OTX ring again.
Yep.
And, you know,
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big card. I mean, you got a lot of Houston high risers and high flyers.
Yep.
A part of that card. Me and Giovanni Marquez just did a sit down and we had a conversation about it. I know my buddy Breon Gorm's on that card as well. And I think they just added Santana Draper to the card as well. You know, so it's like a really stacked card.
Yeah.
Like, if you like boxing, you know what I'm saying? These guys are all notable guys within the city, and even throughout boxing, people know who they are. You know, how does it feel to be a headliner of a big card again?
It's nice, man. It's I told you, like, I don't know if we talked through them, but we haven't done an interview through them.
Mm-hmm.
The first time that I was headlining versus Contratillo, it was surreal. You know, like, I knew there are things like, even I know that my game, like, my goal is to become world champion. That's my goal.
At the end of the day, that's the goal.
I want to become world champion. So, but still, when I get the belt, it's gonna feel surreal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know that I can, but when I get it, it's gonna feel surreal, because it's not something that I have seen since a young age. Because we never had the world champion in Greece in the modern era. The only world champion was in 1941.
So the last time Greece had an actual world champion was back in 41?
41.
God.
Dog. We didn't even have
who was it?
Anton Christoforidis. Adonis Christoforidis.
Say his name again.
Adonis Christoforidis.
What weight did he fight at?
I think like heavyweight.
Okay, so you very, very privy. You're a student. Like, you really look into those type of things. Yeah. So that means you kind of not kind of. You're groundbreaking or monumental for what you represent back home.
two guys growing up I've been looking up to from Greece.
Mm-hmm.
One in kickboxing, not in boxing.
Okay.
His name is Mike Zambidis, who was a world champion. Amazing fighter, amazing guy. And the other one was Mike Arnautis, Mighty Mike, who moved to Philly, I think when he was 20 years old. He had a great career. He fought for the world title twice. The first one he lost with a split decision. So, you know,
It could have went either way.
It's kind of iffy.
Yeah.
He fought Victor Ortiz, Danny Garcia.
Oh, yeah, he got a resume.
He fought people. He fought Ennis. He fought Jaron Ennis too.
Okay.
So that was the guys that I was looking at. I was looking up when I was growing up. But still, that's one guy. Mighty Mike was one guy. And unfortunately, he didn't accomplish the goal to win the world title.
That's a fact.
He fought for it, but he didn't accomplish it.
Yeah.
So, growing up in Greece and seeing everything so far, being in the United States, it's tough to visualize. So yeah, when we figured out that I would be the main event on the first OTX card, it was amazing.
So but they say, the closer you get to something, the more clear your vision becomes.
Yes. Look, my vision is crystal clear. It was like that from the beginning. I know what I want to do. I know why I moved here. Like, I wasn't going to go through all the sacrifices, the hardship, and everything I've been through just to be in the United States for fun for some years and go back home.
Yeah.
That wasn't my goal.
Nah, you were trying to come get it and come back with it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, bro. I mean, okay, so this fight, May 9th, who are you fighting?
Roberto Cruz.
Okay.
Roberto Cruz, he's 11-0 from Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think he lives in San Antonio.
All right.
I saw his last fight because the fights before, the ones that are online, are very old, like 5 years old. I'm not going to watch a 5-year-old fight.
Yeah, for what?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I saw his last fight though. He looks like a strong, athletic guy. That's it.
You don't sound very impressed.
No, look. The guy is strong, he's athletic, he looks like tough too. I don't think he has neither the boxing ability nor the experience to do something with me. That's what I think.
See, I hear we would say he can't do nothing with me. Just simple like that. He can't do nothing with me.
I want to put it nicely. You know me.
Yeah, I know. You're all formal and he does not have the ability to do things with me that I'd like. Nah. He can't do nothing with me, man. I get what you're saying though. But so this camp going into this May 9th card, have you and Ronnie been cooking up something different, or is it just business as usual?
It's business as usual.
Gotcha.
The only camp that every camp we will do something like a combo that he thinks that it's gonna really be active on a fight or something like that. Or he will tell me in sparring to move differently, but slight changes. The two fights that we were more focused on very particular strategy were with Kudratillo and with Adams. So for this fight, it's business as usual. I feel like stylistically, he's a very good matchup for me as well. He fits on my style because the guy is a brawler and he likes action too.
Gotcha. A fight gonna break out.
Yes,
you're trying to say.
Yes, like I feel like on this fight I can pick and choose what I'm gonna do. If I want to box, I can box. If I want to fight, I can fight. So I'm gonna fight. So
I know you guys have been doing a lot of work. Last week I saw a picture. I hope I ain't giving nothing away. I saw you with Quinton Randall.
Yeah.
He one of my guys out here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Q.
Shout out to Q for sure.
You got some good work with Q?
Yeah.
How's it like working with Q?
I think it was the third or fourth time that we worked with Q. It's always nice, man, because Q is sharp. He's lengthy. Q is someone that you will not see every day.
Right, he's very different.
Yes, he's different. So it's great having someone like him once in a while, getting some extra rounds in and seeing a different look.
Yeah, that's facts, man. I know y'all gonna be working tomorrow.
With Q or Marquise?
Marquise. How do I know?
You know Marquise too, man.
I know Marquise too.
Because I knew Marquise was gonna come, but yeah.
What do you like about working with Marquise? I know y'all been working together a long time.
Look, I think if you ask Marquise, he will tell you the same thing. Our sparrings are nice. Like we will do 6 rounds, are gonna be like 12 rounds. So I've never fought a fight sparring Marquis and being not prepared. And I think he can say the same, you know, for our sparrings, like for his fights, because they're action packed. If we're talking about someone being different style and awkward, that's Marquis.
Marquis is the most oddly different style.
Yes,
That someone
and it works.
What would you name as just putting words to it as opposed to just different or odd?
Yes.
What would you say that makes it that way?
The fact, first of all, that he's how tall he is, 6'1".
Yeah.
That he is 6'1", he fights toe to toe. But it's also the way he's positioned his body when he is like
it contorts it to
when he's toe to toe. It's the way he's positioning his body that really, if you haven't sparred him at least a couple of times and been smart, like you won't figure it out. Because the way he's like putting his arms around you and like working all the time and moving around.
It's like fighting an octopus.
That's exactly how it is. And to be honest, I think Ronnie told me that before.
You can't even get enough distance because he can touch you. And, you know, man, that boy's talented. I love watching him fight. So being here in Houston, we didn't say Quinton, said Marquez. You've gotten the opportunity to work with the who's who in boxing, especially in this area. You know, what type of advantage does it give you to be able to have the accessibility to work with such good talents?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I feel like that's why I moved here for, other than Ronnie, the fact that also the people that were in the state and the people that Ronnie was training were going to give me something. Right now, if you look at the roster at the gym,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I see Yoenis Stellas.
David Stevens,
Dynamite.
Lorenzo Simpson, Vito Malnicki, Justin Poldo, me. You got Demian Leskai. It's ridiculous.
You just
David Morrell. The only reason I didn't put Morrell
because he's a bigger guy.
He's a bigger guy. I'm not gonna work with Morrell. But like the talent around our division, it's crazy.
Let me ask you something. You said a name, and he's somewhat new to y'all. What do you think of Truck Simpson? Because he's a stablemate of yours.
Yeah, I really like Truck, man.
You like him? What's
he has a very vibrant personality. Yeah, I really like him.
He's vibrant.
Yeah.
You got a chance to work with him in the ring? Or?
Yes, we worked I think only once or twice. We haven't worked a lot because since he came, I have been extremely active and all of my opposition were orthodox. So I haven't really worked with him. But I think for one of his camps in the beginning, I might have gave him work for a couple of times.
Okay, yeah, man.
It's nice. Truck is a very good boxer and he's very sharp.
I know he's supposed to have a big fight coming up.
He has a big fight coming up. Yeah, they just announced it. It's a high target.
Tucker.
Yeah,
man.
It's gonna be a fun one, man.
I think that's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah.
So even mentioning that, you know, I've been bringing this up in a few different places, but guys like Truck, yourself, even just your whole stable for the most part, everybody you named, you know, even outside of your stable, you got so many high-level fighters willing to fight one another. Yeah. How do you feel that what it does for boxing?
You mean like for the situation with Jahai and Truck right now?
Yes.
Amazing. Honestly, if I have one word to describe it, is like that one word is amazing.
Go ahead.
Let me go with more than one word.
You can get some extra words.
Yeah. It's fine. Honestly, I feel like that's what boxing needs. Because I think the last years in general, we have started seeing the fights that we want to see on the higher level. But to start seeing it also on the prospect/contender level, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And seeing both Truck and Jahai taking this fight means a lot for both of them. Right. I mean, kudos to both of them because that's a tough fight for either one of them. And you know, and I feel like the fans are gonna be winning that night.
So I know you got May 9th, and I know you focused on it and those type of things, but post May 9th, what will be the plans? You know, everything goes right, you know, as planned. What will be the plans?
I honestly don't know.
I don't think any of us know our real plans in life. We just live now.
Yes, and you know how boxing is.
Yeah,
boxing you can't plan. You cannot make plans with boxing. I have to be in Greece in August. So before August, I want to have another fight. So hopefully something late July, beginning of August. It's gonna give me enough time. It's 10 to 12 weeks window. It's perfect. Of course, if there are no injuries or anything like that,
Right.
I feel that that's a perfect window. I don't know where or what. You know what I mean? Like my manager, we're gonna talk with my manager afterwards with overtime, and we're gonna figure it out.
So you the first junior middleweight champion in the OTX tournament, huh?
Yeah.
So that's kind of somewhat of a history.
Yeah.
We made history, you know.
The first tournament period. They've never done it.
We made history, man.
Yep. They've never done it. They've never done a tournament before.
We did it. No, but I'm proud of you, man. I've been watching the way your ascend has been going. You know, I was there fighting in the Bayou City, whatever, in ballrooms, and watching you fight here and there, and then Greens Point on the other side of town, and I've been front row seat, literally ring apron seat, and watching you climb to the next point, to the next point, to the next point. It is a testament to how hard you're working. I remember having a conversation with Ronnie before, and he said, "That one right there, I don't have to worry about him." And he was speaking about you, and I was just kind of like, man, you must be really dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then knowing you and knowing how you dedicate yourself to the sport means everything. Now, on the other end of that, I know you eat right. I know you do everything. If there was a way to where you fight's over, and you could just eat, you ain't got to think about weight and all that, what's on the plate?
That's the right question to ask me right now, because we're like 2 weeks out.
And you ain't eating like that?
Yeah, but right now, I have everything on mind. Look, a burger is a burger.
You like burgers like that?
Yes, a burger is a burger. I
a big
like
greasy burger?
I'll take both a smash burger, in terms of greasy and stuff like that. I'll like a Shake Shack burger. I'm a big fan, but I'll take also like the more gourmet burger style. But if I have to say what could be my favorite thing, a nice steak.
A steak.
A nice steak.
Yeah.
I think
a big old steak.
Yes, a nice steak, like some good pasta. I love food in general, man. I love food. Sure. I like cooking. I'm a good cook. So anything that's good food, I'm a fan of.
So not just like some Greek salad and nothing like that.
Look, so the thing is, whenever I'm on camp, I have my sponsor here in Houston, My Fit Foods.
Okay.
And I get all my food from him. So amazing, tasty and comfortable, but because I'm so dedicated, even like when I have my meal prep ready, I have my nutritionist Megan Murphy, she gives me everything, and I follow this plan. When I follow something that you're gonna give me, I'm not gonna change anything.
You're gonna do exactly what it says.
So if I want a Greek salad, which is a salad, you know what I mean, and if you make it on your own, you don't put too much olive oil, you're good. I'm not gonna have it because it's not in the plan. So there are even simple things.
That says a lot about you.
Yeah.
And that it also makes sense about why Ronnie likes you like that, because if it's not in the plan, you're not doing it.
No.
You're only doing what's in the plan.
Yes.
And I'm gonna apply the way you eat to your boxing game plan. I'm sure it's the same thing.
Yes. I've heard some people saying sometimes that they don't have a plan, or they don't like planning and this and that, and they go by the day and or through the day. I'm nothing like that. I want my schedule.
Now I could tell you were very, very tunnel vision.
Yes.
You major focus.
Yes.
And, how long did it take you to get to that place in boxing?
So I feel the first time I was like that was when I was 10 years old.
Wow, that's early.
I joined the national team on kickboxing in Greece, and our coach, his name is Nikos Memos. Our coach, he was a guy that. So Greece, let me start from there. Greece is a big vacation country.
Okay.
Like it's a party country, it's a summer place. Everybody goes.
Good place to visit.
Yes. It's the same for the Greeks. Like August, nothing works in Greece because everybody's on vacation.
Gotcha.
Nikos Memos, my coach, he wouldn't go vacation with his family because we had our World Championships and European Championships on early September to early October.
Gotcha.
During that window of time, it was a championship. So we would do a training camp with the international team and international too, like we had many other teams coming in. Around June, we would take which was like 10 days, 3 trainings per day or a week. We would take 4 days off or 5 days off. And then throughout the entire July and August, we would stay in Athens, train twice a day. If the tournament went to late September and schools had started, we would train 5 in the morning before school and after school, which is something that doesn't happen in Greece.
Gotcha.
That thing does not happen in Greece. What I'm telling you right now is a different language back there.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you have this guy which is so dedicated to the sport and to his athletes and sacrificing his summertime, which summertime is a value in Greece, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
No one sacrificed that. So I feel like that's when I started being too professional and too dedicated to what I do.
Wow.
And he taught me many things. We were together for 4 or 5 years and I taught everything from him. I think my attitude changed toward the sport and toward sports in general because of him. And once I applied to that, the fact that I left back my family, my girlfriend, my friends, and everything else, my studies, back to Greece to move here to pursue boxing, I mean, I'm gonna give everything.
Yeah, it's a lonely road.
Yeah, because if I don't give everything, the only person I'm cheating is myself.
Yeah, you're gonna cheat yourself. That's a fact, man. And a lot of people don't have that type of view of themselves. Let me ask you this, man. I know you watch the sport.
Yeah.
I talk to some people and they may not watch it or be fans of it or supporters of the sport. They do them.
Yeah.
And then they get in and they get out. You watch boxing.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the sport.
Okay. You a fan of the sport. At 154, they have champions.
Yeah.
Which one of the champions, if you had opportunity to take out first, would you go get?
Virgil Ortiz.
You go get Virgil.
If we can name him a champion, because he has the interim belt. But what's going on with the WBC, with the interim belt and the real belt, like it's been like that for the last 3 years.
Yeah, yes.
So if we call him a champion, which I would call him a champion, Virgil Ortiz first.
Man, you act like you see something sweet over there.
I'll tell you exactly what I said to Ortiz. Stylistically, a great matchup.
It'll be a fight.
It will be a fight. I like to fight.
I know.
He likes to fight, so it will be an amazing fight for the fans too. Recognition. He's young and he has beaten a lot of people already.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a perfect match. I feel like it's a perfect fight. I would love to get Fundora.
You would want to fight that
Bahram, the Russian. Who? You're talking about Fundora. Yeah. We sparred with Fundora.
You sparred Fundora?
Yeah, first of all, amazing guy.
No, he looks amazing. He looks like he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, we sparred when I was in Big Bear. He walks in the gym and I was in the ring. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. Wait. I say it's not that bad. So he comes to the ring to say hi. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, but Fundora doesn't use his size either. He doesn't use his height.
No, he fights inside.
He fights inside.
To be 6'5".
So yeah, I think that would be a funny fight, a nice fight as well.
I mean, I watched Tim Tszyu get stabbed by an elbow or something, man. Yeah, I mean,
have stopped the fight.
How do you? I don't know. You sparred him, so you have an idea, but that's a lot of height behind it.
It's a crazy height.
You punch it up.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that he can crack too.
He can crack. He got power like that.
He can crack. I never felt like I didn't feel like he had a one punch knockout power.
Volume.
But with the volume, and he's sharp. He can crack. Like it's shots that you don't want to get hit the whole night with.
He's like an NBA small forward. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
easily.
Yeah, that's a big guy. I mean that sounds like It sounds like you're willing to take a chance and challenge yourself. What have you done in boxing that makes you most proud at this point? I mean, I know we, 10, 12 days away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big day coming up. But what have you done thus far that you were really proud of at this moment that you're like, man,
I feel like the proudest thing is that I feel like I have been able to inspire out of kids in Greece. Like, I'm getting many messages from kids in Greece that, you know, they started boxing because of me, or like they feel like they see themselves in the United States because of me.
you
know,
inspiring people.
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing for me, because that's what I want to do from the beginning, from the get-go. Other than the fact that my goal is to become world champion, is not only to inspire the kids back home to work harder and try to achieve their goals, but to give them also a platform and an easier way to do it. Because in Greece, boxing has started growing a little bit, but it's still almost non-existent in the professional terms. We don't have. If you are a professional in Greece, you cannot live day-to-day life.
Right.
Just by doing that, you have to do a second job. It doesn't matter if you are the best.
It's just they ain't paying.
Yes. So changing the landscape in Greece, one step at a time. That's what I'm most proud of, and like that's what I keep doing.
Man, that's big. You know, inspiring people, especially where you from. You know, I think to some degree, a lot of people had that type of view of it. I personally look at it that way. You know, I'm even for me, I'm not in the ring, but you know, to do what we doing here, you know, my son, he makes movies.
Yeah.
He's 6.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He lines his toys up and does voiceovers and stuff like that and records it. And he's like, what are you doing? Well, you know, you make your boxing movies. I make movies with toys, you know, so to watch children be inspired off of something that you do, you know, is amazing thing to do. And I know you still really young. Is there a time in your life you think it will slow down?
Slow down.
As far as this boxing is a roller coaster, you know. Do you see yourself in the sport for a long time?
In the sport,
boxing,
100%.
For a while,
yeah.
So you in for the long haul.
Yes.
So you looking to be more than just a champion.
Yes. I like. It's I'm not gonna say the classic things that, you know, it's my life and this and that. That's obvious.
That's what people say, and that's what it is.
It's obvious. Like, it is my life. You can't. I feel like you can't reach this level, and boxing is not your life. But it's something that I love. In terms of what we talked before, like, I'm a fan of the sport. I love the sport. I love how I don't love how it works, but it's it's extremely interesting though how it works.
Yeah.
It's extremely interesting. And I would love to be a part of it in the future. Like, I would love to be able to give, as I said, to open the road from kids in Greece in terms of like management or promotion, you know, try to help. I already brought a kid last year with me.
I remember. I was at the gym. That big old kid. He was young.
Yeah, he was young and good.
He was like 18. He was 19. He was huge.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that kid. He looked like he got a lot going.
Yeah. You know? So hopefully we'll bring him back for good. 2 more kids are coming today.
Wow.
Today evening they're flying over to stay also for my fight, to watch the fight, get the experience.
Get a chance to be a part of it.
Exactly. Just giving them a chance to be a part of something, experience it, and see everything else.
Give them a taste, and they're gonna want to chase it.
Exactly.
That's real.
And there is one more that I want to bring in September. I'm saying September because he's still at school. He's 18 years old.
He's 18.
That kid is different.
What you mean? We'll make him different. What's his name?
He's Manolis Fotiadis.
Okay.
Mind you, I've never seen the kid in person. But he's been European champion twice, world champion twice.
Wow.
And again, those are stats that are not easy to achieve from Greece.
No, not at all.
And at 135 pounds, almost all of his competition, stoppages.
Wow.
Everyone. With the 10-ounce, IBA gloves and the headgear.
And he's 18?
Yeah. So I feel like this kid, 100%, like, it doesn't matter who's going to be involved. I feel like this kid not only deserves a chance, but he's gonna really do things in the sport.
And he can benefit from being around you.
Hopefully, and we have a nice community over here. We have a great community. Houston people in general are amazing and welcoming, and we have a great boxing community too. So, being in the gym with me, having on the same division Justin Poldo, I mean, I feel like it's a blessing for him to be able to work with someone like Justin in such early stage of his career.
So you brought up Justin, his last fight. What you thought about it?
What I thought about it, man.
What you thought about
that
it?
was a crazy performance, spectacular performance.
Okay. We see people throughout the sport that avoid one another or duck each other. Is it possible that people within the sport are literally scared of other fighters?
I believe so. I believe it happens. I believe that ducking happens. I believe that, yes, some fighters are scared of other fighters. I feel like if we had a pot with unlimited money, everybody would fight everybody, scared or not. Because at the end of the day, we're professionals and everybody would say, okay, I'm afraid of him, I think I might lose, but at least I'm going to get paid this amount of money.
It makes it not so bad.
Yes, but because we don't have unlimited amounts of money, people are trying to outprice themselves and get out of a situation. I feel like we slowly start seeing a change to that. It's what we said before, like fights happening at the upper echelon, like everybody's fighting everybody. With track and Zahai, contenders prospects fighting each other. With us in the tournament, the overtime tournament, contenders and prospects fighting each other. So I feel like we're seeing a shift, and we start seeing that zero isn't worth that much anymore.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. I hope we get back to it doesn't matter at all, because it doesn't.
It don't.
Because I don't care if I finish my career. I can finish my career 100-0 if I want.
Because you can just keep lining people up.
I can go to Mexico and finish my career 100-0 in 5 months.
But what's the use of an undefeated record when you never fought anybody that's going to challenge you anyway?
So I think that has to change. We see changes in the sport, but at the end of the day, we fight. So always some people are not going to be as confident as others, and they might be a little scared. I think that sums it up. I think it can happen.
I think you got a lot going on. I think you're moving very quickly. A lot of eyes are on you. Some world champions know who you are. A lot of the elites in boxing have started to take notice. I know May 9th is the date. Are you expecting to get a stoppage that day?
If I get the opportunity to stop the guy, I will 100% pursue it. Because I didn't get a stoppage on my last 3 fights.
Talk to me about the opportunity to stop the guy.
If I see the opening, or if I touch him and it gets hurt, of course, with me being more careful, because I had the experience with Contratillo that I hurt him and he caught me with a hook.
Caught you back.
Yeah. But that's good about boxing. That's good about experiences. If I do it twice, I'm stupid. It's my fault. If I catch him clean with something, or if I see an opening, I'll definitely go for it. Or if for any reason, because he's not a 10-round fighter, he's never been 10 rounds. I think the longest, he had 8 rounds, but he's never been 8 rounds either. I think the most amount of rounds that he had was 6.
Wow.
So, I mean, he better.
It's a good chance it could happen.
He better be prepared, because if he survives to the later rounds are going to be brutal.
And this is a 10-round fight?
Yeah. And I'm a 10-round fighter.
I know.
I'm a 12-round fighter.
I mean, you're not too far from that being a reality.
Yeah, hopefully the next one. We'll see.
Yeah, the next fight. I know this fight is with OTX, so that means you're still with OTX?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it worked. I know you.
After the tournament, we got immediately a contract. And it was basically on the clause that the winner of the tournament would get a contract for an X amount of fights.
Got you. So a win made you re-up for the next set?
For some fights.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to be there for another few.
Hopefully. If we don't do a co-promotional agreement or something, I don't know what my management or overtime has in mind.
Got you. But May 9th, we're going to be there.
Yep.
At OTX at the Red Owl. Andreas Katzourakis is the headliner. And man, there you have it, man. Another one in the books.
Appreciate you,
Mo
man.
City Menace, Andreas Katzourakis. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.